What's up, guys? Tonight we're going to play some Mordhau on the map Feitoria. I'll be playing the blue team, defending team, with 333 Longsword, tenacious friendly. I don't think it's a particularly good build for maximum KD or anything, but it's what I like to play and I'm proud of it, so that's what I'm going to be using. I don't typically like to pick up weapons off the ground either. I like playing the Longsword or playing the weapon that I choose. I think the game's more fun that way, personally. Oh, hit the wall. I tried to do the stab chamber and a morph overhead, and you just kept gambling at stab. Generally speaking, when you're trying to go for maximum KD in pugs, you should try to wear as little armor as possible. Foot speed is much better than having armor. Like, why would you want to reduce the damage you can take with armor when you can take no damage with less armor? Just because foot speed allows you to get away with so much more. Getting stuck between all these enemies. A lot of them up in there. There's a bunch of them in this tower, and they're all teaming up together. Oh, I see. You can tell by their enemy ranks. Oh no, those are my team ranks. I thought that maybe they were pre-made. Like a whole bunch of them in that tower were pre-made. What I have to do is try to pull them out one at a time, because running in there, I just keep thinking there's only one of them, and then I get surrounded by a bunch more. These guys are pre-made, I think, because they all have the same looking loadouts. Trying not to give him any ripostes and allowing my team to finish him off, but they kind of weren't doing it, so. Guy just keeps coming at me spamming, even though I don't have any stamina to deal with him after dealing with all of his teammates. But yeah, that's a big problem with the Longsword, is that it's very bad hit to kill ratio. It does very low damage, especially for its costs. It tries to make up for it by being really versatile and having the Mordhau strike and pretty good speed and reach, but its damage is very low, especially against armor. Even if you're hitting the head, it's going to be a 3-hit kill against tier 3 armor, or tier 3 helmet. Unless you're using the Mordhau strike, which is then going to be 2 hits, but man, there's teammates running in front of me. That's another problem when you run 333. You're going to get a lot of teammates running in front of you because they have better foot speed than you. So they'll body block a lot of your swings. There's just a lot of grouping being done on both teams here. It's a little unusual for you typical pugs for this much, team battling. It's giant waves of 5 or 6 people moving together on either team at any given time. Usually it's a bunch of, smaller micro 1v1s that you just do in rapid succession, which is what I prefer. Kill one guy, move on to the next really quickly. But see, I gotta deal with these two people right here. And I got another guy behind me. I think the reason why they're grouping so much more is because they got these three people right here all pre-made together. Four, I think, actually, maybe. I got them all low for that Grand Mace to get in there and finish them off, or the Evening Star. Teammate ran in front of it. I wasn't sure if he was going to keep swimming in or not. Teammates, dude, come on. Feeding riposts and then body blocking my attacks. That one's not. Yeah, in Chivalry I actually preferred attacking way more. I thought it was a lot more fun, a lot more challenging, but gosh, there's a lot of them. Get out of here. Oh, that was close. But yeah, in Chivalry I preferred attacking more than defending because I think it was a lot more fun and it was challenging and very rewarding and all that stuff. But in Mordhau, because the average server is 48 people, and in Chivalry the average servers were 24 or 32, and typically 32 attacking was much more harder than 24. It just made, attacking more viable as a solo player. But in Mordhau with 48 player servers, it's just not fun to try to play attacking as a solo player. It's if you have like friends and you're playing together and coordinating and stuff like that, then yeah, it's fine. But when you're just a solo playing an attacking team in this game for most maps, if not every map, it's really not fun at all. It's just I'd much rather play defense because you have so much more of an advantage to just letting the enemies come to you. Come on. Give me that parry so I can riposte. Get out of here. Thought he would parry that, but he didn't. I was gonna feint it, but decided I'd go for it. It worked out. Thought I could turn and parry that late, or I did an early parry, and I thought I could extend it by turning into a swing, but he dragged it away. I think so, Maul. Give it back to him. Open him up for my team to kill him. Alright, looks like they got this. I'm gonna try to... Oh, there's a lot of them. I'm gonna try to get into this little corridor here. This is a really good spot to defend this area, and there's another one just to the right over there. If you can hold these two corridors, it's very, very good. I don't really know the speed of the club. I don't have much experience fighting it, so I don't know it's if I could chamber it or parry it or flinch it or what. I just need more practice fighting it. Feints. Keep that in mind. Any drags. Grab his weapon. Oh. That's right, I got a rapier and a charge. Should remember to throw them sometime. Doesn't seem to be much happening down there, so I'm going to try looking elsewhere. I'm hearing lots of fighting throughout the castle. Just not where I'm at. I think he's preventing me from climbing up. Thanks, buddy. Both had the same idea. There's anyone coming up. another thing about the Mordhau strike. It's very difficult to hit people in the butt or the back when they're moving away from you with it because it's so short. And if you're 3-3-3, it's very difficult to actually reach them. There's a guy behind me. Should have turned around and just dealt with him. I tried to sprint away so I could put some distance and have enough time to switch back to main mode. Didn't work out though. One great thing about the Longsword is that the strike will one-shot people without a helmet on if you hit them in the head, which is very, very good. I think the Greatsword will even one-shot helmetless with just a stab, which makes it also very good for that. I don't know if the Rapier can or not with the stab. I think the E-Stock can. Dude. Well, I got them all now. And nice. I'm not very good at landing throwing weapons. Thought I could turn around in my combo stab and hit him first, but didn't happen. Generally, when you're playing 3-3-3, you're, I guess, really no matter what you're playing, but the thing you're probably going to die most to are people in lighter armor builds, particularly like super low armor, like 100 or 000 Maul is going to be like one of the biggest things you die to. But in general, like, it's very rare that you'll die to people wearing 3-3-3. Or at least in my case. If I look at objectively at every single death I get, it's almost always to people wearing low armor. And they usually just come up and hit you when you're in the middle of a team fight or fighting someone else. I wish the chase mechanic was better, because it's pretty bad. Head back to the basement. The catapult took out his teammate. Oh, looks like they got it at the very last second. I don't really want to be a noble. Well, I guess I'll do it anyway. This noble doesn't get dodge. I think the third place noble, he gets dodge. I don't ever use dodge anyway. There's a bunch of different things you can do as a noble to help increase your chances of winning here. One of the best things you can do is get a bunch of people to help defend this room, and then you can climb up on this top bunk by jumping and holding control. And you in this corner is pretty dang defensible. I don't think the only thing that can really reach you from the bottom there, other than like range stuff, is a spear. A spear can still stab you from up here, even if you're all the way back and you're moving. So you gotta be careful of that. You can climb up on that one too, but it usually gets hit by catapult, and that's no good. And this room's okay too, because this wall right here is glitched. You can walk right through it from either side, although sometimes when you're trying to walk in you get stuck on a random plank. So you climb up on this, and this is okay too, but you're open to those windows, especially from fire pods, and there's no easy way to get out, especially if it's full of people in your team. So I recommend going up there. But you can also climb up on top of the roofs over here and then jump across to another roof, and that's not bad, but you are open to a lot of ranged and fire pods, and it's kind of difficult for your team to get here in case anyone comes up, but like right here is pretty good. You can like crouch right here and be safe, and you can jump down as a noble and you won't take any damage. There's no fall damage on nobles. But you do have to be careful up here to archers and fire pods, especially javelins. People like to get on top of that right there and throw javelins at you. And I've seen people in that building shooting stuff at me too, from this position. But it's nice, you can like kind of go in third person and see how safe you are. But even though you don't really have much else cover from behind, so you do have to be careful about that. But there's a lot of different ways you can do that. And of course, I'm sure everyone knows by now, but you can eat the food in the pub here and get health back as a noble. But it does get consumed, and enemies can eat it too, and teammates can eat it, so it's rare that you'll ever actually get to do that when people have already discovered it. They just run in there and eat all the food instantly, so the nobles can't get it, and it's kind of done. Let's see. Maybe there's still some food. I'm not going to eat it because I don't need it. Yeah, there's some right here. There's like a chicken and some cheese or whatever. I'll need it now because I got hit by this guy. As you can see, you can still heal as a noble by eating the food, but once it gets eaten, it's gone for good. I do wish they would make these nobles immune to fire pots, catapult, ballista, and maybe all ranged. I haven't really decided if that's a good idea or not. But then also give them health on kill, so every time they get a kill they get like 25 health back or something like that. And then reduce their max health by 25%, so obviously they're still killable, and you can't just be too easy for them to live. But in addition to doing those changes, they should lower the total builds that engineers can make on invasion game mode from 6 to 3. Because when you're nerfing fire pots and giving the nobles health on kill, it would just make turtling so much easier, because then the fire pot wouldn't even be a threat to the noble, and they could still do the same, you know, camping defensive strategies that they're already doing now, but with no repercussion. So what you would have to do is nerf engineers, so that engineers can't hold up, you know, entire buildings and stuff like that as easily, because they'll only build half as much as they could before. And then that way fire pots would still be valuable to get rid of that and clear all that out, while making the noble have more be more forced to be mobile and run around and kill people, and not just sit in some corner and, you know, camp and get chipped away by fire pot damage. I don't think fire pots are particularly fun for either team, especially if you lose to fire pots or if you win with fire pots. It's not particularly satisfying or enjoyable. So I think having more of a focus on team fighting and mobility, and not just camping at some spot by, you know, allowing them to actually heal by getting kills and being mobile and stuff would be very good for the game, especially when like so many of the new maps are just pushing this, you know, objective, or this noble's objective. Like there's like every new map they have is a different king noble type objective. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and catch you in the next one.